Kraken Home Ice is sponsored by Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
It's time to release
They score! Jordan Eberle, Captain Clutch comes through. Eberle scores! The Kraken win in overtime! Warren Fogle hit hard! Josh Mahura off the draw. Here it is, Montour right in. He scores! 5 seconds in. Brandon Montour wins it in overtime.
It's a 24-save shutout for Joey Decord.
Joey Decord has his second shutout of this season. The Seattle Kraken dig down. A huge win here at Madison Square Garden. Jailbreak, it's done. All alone. The game's on his stick. He scores! Jared McCann, he scores! The Kraken win! Schwartz for the Hattie. Yes, sir! Jaden Schwartz puts it away.
The Kraken had their share of thrilling victories and breakout performances this season. And while they missed the playoffs, this team has a lot to build on for the future. Welcome to the season finale of Kraken Home Ice. In tonight's episode, we're looking back at the highlights from player milestones to the leadership to a bright future for the team. CEO Todd Leiweke shares what he liked about the growth of this team and the fan base. And head coach Dan Bylsma reflects on his first season at the helm. Tuesday's final game against the Kings came down to the wire. The Kraken trailed 2-0 after one period, but rallied in the second. Ty Cartier snaps it home to get Seattle on the board. Later in the period, on a power play, Brandon Montour fires one through traffic to lock it up at 2-2. The Kings follow with 4 unanswered goals to build a 6-2 lead. The Kraken get it going again. They take advantage of a power play. Jordan Eberle to Matty Beniers, who stuffs it in and cuts the lead to 6-4. The Kraken pull goalie Joey Decord for the extra attacker. Shane Wright to Ellie Tolvanen. Tolvey smashes it to cut the lead to 6-5 with 28 seconds left. Unfortunately, that's how it ends. 6-5 in a hard-fought game to finish off the season. In a season that didn't go always as planned, the Kraken have a lot to build on for next year. They had players who reach season bests and career bests. It's been a year full of milestones.
It was a season of 20-20-20-20 vision for the Kraken. 4 players scored over 20 goals. Jared McCann had 22, Jaden Schwartz at 26, 23 for Ellie Tolvanen, and Matty Beniers scored his 20th goal in the last game of the season.
Backdoor, Beniers scores!
And offensively, I think I was able to create more chances than I was last year. So I think it's just trying to continue to build that confidence and creating those scoring chances night in and night out.
Shane Wright was right on the cusp with 19 goals. Brandon Montour lit the lamp 18 times, the most he's scored in his career. It was a milestone-filled first year in Seattle for Monty.
One-timer Montour scores! The hat trick for Brandon Montour.
He recorded his first career hat trick.
Here it is, Montour, right in, he scores!
And scored 4 seconds into OT against Montreal on March 12th, making it the fastest OT goal in NHL history.
Really kind of just went along with how my game was going and kind of continued that and tried to help in any way I could, and felt like it was a pretty solid start to a long time here.
The season also proved the players' endurance. 2 Kraken made it onto the Ironman list this year. Both Matty Beniers and Jared McCann played in every game this season, a first for both. McCann also had his 3rd consecutive 60-point campaign with Seattle. He is the only Kraken skater to do so in multiple seasons with the team.
Obviously, I was going from wing to center quite a bit back and forth, but I think that all in all, especially for our young guys this year, it was a step in the right direction.
It was also a year full of NHL milestones. Jaden Schwartz skated in his 800th, and Monty played a number 600.
The way I play on the ice, I think I got to be a hardworking, dedicated guy. I feel like that's when I'm at my best. With my work ethic, I think I can make things happen.
The milestones set this season are stepping stones for the next.
think we need to have a little bit more belief in what we're doing, and I think guys do. I think we have the pieces, like I just said, to get there.
Another milestone, Jessica Campbell became the first female assistant coach in the NHL. She broke barriers and set an example for the future of the game. We're looking back at some of the best moments of her historic season.
Assistant coach, Jessica Campbell.
I love what I'm doing. I have so much passion for this work.
And you see Jessica Campbell talking things over with Dan Bilesma, first female full-time NHL assistant coach.
Please join us in welcoming to the ice a game-changing coach and role model, Jessica Campbell.
I just think that this city celebrates diversity, inclusion, and what women bring to sport, and I think it's a testament to today how many people showed up.
This award's not about me. It's about what happens when we stop asking if change is possible and we prove that it is.
All good teams have a successful mix of veterans and young players. Much has been made about the Kraken's young players, but it's their veteran leadership that helped them manage through the highs and lows of an 82-game season. And it all starts with Captain Jordan Eberle.
When you have young teammates, it's fun to kind of, show them the ropes and be the, not the dad, but the professional, and show them the learning curves of playing the NHL.
For Jordan Eberle, being a leader is more than wearing a C on his jersey. He tries to be an example for his teammates, on and off the ice, and he's not the only one. The Kraken have a number of veteran leaders setting the standard. Brandon Montour, Jared McCann, and Jaden Schwartz are just a few with years of NHL experience.
I've said this before, when I came in the league, I really looked up to the older guys. That's awesome veterans around me, and I feel like I learned a lot and tried to take it all in. So, it's fun to help these young guys out.
In his first season with the team, Montour quickly gained the respect of his teammates.
I think right away, I think I brought it, but I think I always had that leadership quality, help and be vocal in any way.
The leaders feel good about the team's future.
I think Matty is going to be a big part of this team. He's starting to do a better job of expressing and guys listening to him. And Ryder, obviously, with his first season, took a big step. And Riker, those are the pieces that are going to, put this franchise over and become a playoff contender every year.
Ebbs just finished his 15th year in the league, and Schwartz, Monty, and McCann all have Stanley Cup experience. Their advice to the younger players comes from years of the long season grind.
The mindset of coming in every single night and wanting to make a difference. And I'm just trying to be a safety blanket for those guys and someone they can talk to about it.
Head coach Dan Bilesma has learned a lot about himself and his team during his first year at the helm. Up ahead on Kraken Home Ice, Bilesma shares what needs to be done for next season. And the Kraken's future is bright. We're hearing from the young talent finding their way on the ice.
Assist of the Week is sponsored by Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Here he is, Ottavainen looking for Beniers. He got all the way through towards Schwartz. Now Alexiak. Schwartz scores!
The assist of the week goes to Ville Ottavainen. He notched his first career NHL point with a helper on Jaden Schwartz's goal in the third period against the Kings. Ottavainen is the third draft pick in franchise history to record a point in his NHL debut. The future of the Kraken is bright. The team has a number of young players expected to take on prominent roles starting next season. It starts with a name every Kraken fan is familiar with. Matty Beniers, the franchise's first ever draft pick and a Calder Trophy winner. Beniers isn't just skilled, he's smart, shifty, and relentless, the kind of player you build around. A huge part of Matty's game that grew this year was his confidence.
That was another side that I've been working on this year, is just the mental side of the game. It's obviously a long year, and it's something you learn to build.
Shane Wright has made a name for himself. Shane's bounce back since being scratched for 3 games back in November was phenomenal. This season, Wright led the Kraken with 7 power play goals. He has shown great potential for being a top-line center.
This year is a good kind of benchmark for my game and what I feel like I can accomplish. I think there's obviously a lot of things I can be better at, but yeah, really proud of myself as well for the year and how I played.
And the addition this year of Kaapo Kakko adds to the strength of the young core. Kaapo fits seamlessly into the top line with Beniers and Jaden Schwartz.
I think first couple games kind of hard. I think after I would say 3 games, I felt pretty good, and all the games I played with the same guys, and I feel we had a good line together.
In addition to Beniers, Wright, and Kakko, Riker Evans has the potential to take on a bigger role next season.
Evans with a shot, they score!
As the season comes to a close, head coach Dan Bylsma joins us to talk about the biggest takeaways from this team this season and the goals moving forward.
I think obviously, given the fact that it's after game 82 and not after the playoffs, after getting into the playoffs and a playoff run, it's disappointing almost to a man, because the expectations we had for ourselves and the expectations we had in that room were much higher than we achieved. Talking with the players about individually their years and our team year, a lot of contemplation about that disappointment and why that was for our team, and I think it's too long of a time, an off season of 5 months, but a time to harbor that disappointment and turn it into what positives can be next year going forward.
That's Kraken hockey, baby. Tonight, a 6-1 win.
When you go into next season, you kind of feel a sense of urgency after now you've got that full year under your belt.
Sense of urgency, sense of desperation, and a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. Those results are not who we think we are and not who we want to be, and it's a long 5 months, but you got to take that determination, you got to take that chip and start the next season with it right off the hop.
After that first year, did you feel like you could have gotten to know them a little bit better, and was it long enough to get to know these guys and vice versa?
We talk about the year and use the word inconsistency a lot. Inconsistency in how we played, inconsistency in game to game, and that's a lot of us getting to know each other and what the expectations are, how we want to play, the identity of our team, and where each and every player falls into that part of the team. So it's plenty enough time for both them and I to get to know each other.
You and I have talked about the challenges of a head coach balancing the minutes and the playing time for these guys, because they all want to be on the ice as much as possible. And these players are all pointing to themselves on things they can improve on. What's one thing you want to improve on as head coach?
Your goal as a coach is to get the players to come together as a team, have a direct and succinct identity as to who we are each and every day, how we practice, how we work out, how we play, and when I keep using the word inconsistency, that's on me. That's on me as a coach, because the team's not getting there to that level, to that identity enough, and each and every day and each and every night, and so that is where I need to improve as a coach going into next season.
Okay, lastly, Coach, we know you're going to do a lot of fishing in the off season, but I'd like to ask you, when the playoffs start and the run, as a head coach and you're out of the playoffs, do you find yourself watching playoff hockey, or do you just like to shut it out?
It's a good question. I think I watch hockey 3 different ways. As a fan, as a coach, and as maybe just analytically of the game, systematically, and what's happening out there on the ice, and I will turn to both of those 2 things when I watch hockey. Yes, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it each and every night. I think as a fan, this is the best time of the year, but I will be watching as a coach, and we'll be addressing as a coaching staff what we can do better and maybe where areas where we can get better and systematically and tactically next season.
Next, team president and CEO Todd Leiweke talks about building a strong team and feeling good about the Kraken's future.
Oh man, honestly everything.
This organization is one of the best I've played for.
Night in and night out, they're there, they're loud, they're supporting us.
Kraken fans mean a lot, they're awesome.
We got some crazy good fans here. I mean, the fan support we had all throughout the season was unbelievable.
ever since the first day I was here, right? You know, playing my first program here, first everything. So they've welcomed me with open arms.
They've been great supporters of us, you know, every single night. You know, they're always loud, and we really enjoy playing in front of them.
Since the first game, all here, like, they were awesome. Like, it was a loud building every night.
The fans, the support that they give us throughout the season, through the good and the bad times, it's second to none here.
You know, everything they give us every single night, the energy that they bring, you know, they deserve a winning team, and that's what we're going to bring.
Their support was amazing. It means so much to us players. It really helps us out there as well, and we really appreciate all their support throughout the year. I feel so lucky and grateful to be supported the way that I am by the Kraken fans here. It's literally the best. I have to pinch myself. It's an incredible feeling to be loved and appreciated like I am here, and it means so much to me, and yeah, I just can't thank them enough.
The fans are the heart of the deep, and on Tuesday, the Kraken made a big announcement for their biggest supporters. There will be new ticket prices for next season. Starting in the 2025-26 season, 90% of season ticket members will see their ticket prices go down. There will be more options for family ticket bundles and more ticket flexibility. All season ticket members will get 25% off food and beverage throughout the arena. And for all fans, there will be a rotating food or beverage item under $10 at every game.
We grow the game by listening to our fans, and we're taking a big, bold bet again because we've listened. We've listened intently for the last 3 to 4 years about what our fans want, and so to be able to come out with this announcement about more accessibility, revised pricing, meeting the fans where they're at, accessibility, new pricing packages that allow everybody to attend a Kraken game at Climate Pledge Arena, we're thrilled.
Few people in professional sports appreciate the fans more than Kraken President and CEO Todd Leiweke. We sat down with Todd and talked about the franchise and the direction it's headed on and off the ice.
And I think that we're anxious to win, but we're also excited. Interestingly enough, at the trade deadline where we picked up more draft picks, a first round and a second round, we've played 500 hockey since then. We've also got those prospects, and some are still developing, others are ready. We saw Yanni Newman come up and play here. Still a kid. You know, if you said, hey, great game, let's go have a beer, you can't go into the bar. I mean, these are kids. Maddie and Shane, our two centermen, are 21 and 22 years old. And so we're doing it the right way, and it's undeniable. If you look around the corner, the future's bright. But in doing it this way, it's different than free agency. It's different than making splashes. You're really doing it for the long term. And if you look at the long-term economics of salary cap management, this is the right way to do it.
Yeah, it feels like you said, the fans that know the game and know hockey and know this franchise over the last 4 years these are young players, and this is a tough sport, and they've got to build size and all the other things that come with being a 21 and 22-year-old.
All of these young guys work hard in the offseason to stay conditioned, but also strength training, and for some of them putting some weight on and some size, because this is a physical game. It's a beautiful game too. The reason the building has been so electric and so dynamic is the NHL is being played at such a high level. I'm so proud of what the league has done. I'm so proud of the Four Nations tournament and how well that played out. And the NHL's best days are in front of it, so are ours.
Well, the game day experience is a lot of fun. I think I hear a lot of people saying they can't wait to go to a Kraken game, and that's what you guys bring in that. There's so much great entertainment, and you guys have improved that over the years.
Yeah, and it's gotten a lot better. That it started out not to my liking, and we had lots of alibis. We got the arena a week before our first game, but it's really rounded into what I think is one of the better game presentations. I think our broadcast is one of the best, but there's still nothing we can't do better.
That's Kraken hockey, baby!
It's been a busy season for the Kraken. Next on Home Ice, the players tell us about their postseason plans. Following Tuesday's final game, the team announced end-of-the-season awards. The fan favorite award went to Brandon Montour. In his first year with the team, Monty quickly captured the hearts and loyalty of fans with his on-ice skills and off-ice charisma. The Guile Fielder Award is voted on by the Kraken locker room and goes to the player that best exhibits the qualities of perseverance, hustle, and dedication to hockey. The team named Jaden Schwartz for the award. The other 2 awards went to goalie Joey Decord. Joey got both the 3 Stars of the Year and Pete Muldoon MVP awards. Decord had a standout season, going from backup to the main goaltender. He started 55 games, recorded 2 shutouts, and scored his first NHL point with an assist against the Penguins. Joey is excited about what his future holds with the Kraken.
You know, last year was my first full year in the NHL, so now to have a season where I wasn't really necessarily trying to establish myself and make the team and everything. I kind of knew, hey, I was going to come in and try to help the team win games. Honestly, like as a goalie, it's not about necessarily being the best every night. It's more about just giving the team a chance to win every single game, and I feel like for the most part I did a pretty good job of that. Just using this as a learning experience, I think we can take a lot out of our last 15 to 20 games after the trade deadline. We played well. It's motivation, it's fuel for next season to have a good off season and come back ready to go for next year.
After a long and busy hockey season, the team now gets some downtime. In this week's shootout, we asked the players about their off-season plans.
Just go back home to Boston, train, skate there, spend time with family, friends, and then get back here.
Off-season plans, go back to London, Ontario, and just train and skate, and yeah, go from there.
Just get back home. Also a lot of time to get better off the ice and maybe skating also a little more than usually. So I think it's going to be a good one for me.
Back home to Calgary, enjoy the summer with the kids. I think obviously you try to prepare, you get your body ready to play for next year.
Get back to the lake house and spend time with family. Long year, you miss a lot. So it's our oldest's birthday's in June, so we'll have a big birthday party for him. But get back and see family, friends, chill by the lake on the boat, and be ready for next year.
Off-season plans, enjoy a little time off. Obviously it's a long season, so you want to rest your body, but everyone does a couple little trips. You want to go home and see family and friends and take a couple vacations, but just like everyone, you gotta get back to work and have a good off-season in the gym and get ready to go.
Yeah, I think take some time off here when I go home, and then get back into training, get in the gym and get in the ice, just work on myself, work on my body, pretty similar off season to what I've had in the past. So just keep working out lots, keep training lots, and be ready to go for training camp. Gonna go on a little vacation. I'll probably head over to Europe, go visit my mom's family in Switzerland, and maybe do a little vacationing in Italy. I love going to Italy, so probably be there. And then after that, it's right back at it. Training, mostly in the gym. Most of my training happens in the gym, and then towards the end of the summer, I'll start back up with skating on the ice. I think it's important mentally, most importantly, just to take some time away from hockey and off the ice, just so that I am reset and refreshed when next season rolls around.
And that'll do it for this season of Kraken Home Ice. Thank you for being with us all season long. A lot to look forward to with this Kraken team as they build for the future. We'll see you next season.
Kraken Home Ice is sponsored by Primera Blue Cross.